showing you how to cook Arctic char, a delicious fish not unlike salmon, which can be found in the Arctic regions surrounding the North Pole.
While we cook, we're going to provide you with some insight into the ecology of Arctic char and why it's such an important staple in the communities of the Great White North. We're also going to compare it to its similar species, the Dolly Varden char.
So Ashley, tell me how to distinguish an Arctic char from our other fishy friends.
Well, Amy, the Arctic char Salvelinus alpinus has a body shape that closely resembles a trout, but that's where the similarity stops. Char has a dark-colored body with light spots, as opposed to trout that has light-colored bodies with dark red spots. The pectoral, pelvic, and anal fins of the char also have distinct white or cream-colored edges. They are often confused with the Dolly Varden char, but can be distinguished by their larger spots, a slimmer caudal peduncle, and a more forked tail, as well as being a bronzy yellow color as opposed to the Dolly Varden's more greenish body.
Oh wow! Do all char look the same, Ashley?
In fact, they do not, Amy. Their color can vary based on their habitat, locality, sex, and the time of year. For example, in the Cambridge Bay of Nunavut, spawning fish have orange backs, sides, and bellies, and their color is more intense in the males.
Very neat, Ashley. Could I find Arctic char in Australia?
Of course not, you silly goose. They're only found in the Arctic Ocean, around the islands of Arctic Archipelago, and in the lakes and rivers of Canada's far north.
Hold on, Ashley. You can find them in the sea and in lakes.
You sure can, Amy. There are freshwater and anadromous varieties. The anadromous char migrate to the sea in the spring to feed and return in the fall to breed.
Well, which ones are better eaten?
The sea-run char are the more sought after for food and commercial uses, and are the ones caught traditionally by the Inuit.
Ashley, are Canadians the only ones fishing for char?
They are not, Amy. Char also farms in Iceland, Norway, West Virginia, and Ireland. Traditionally, Inuit also trap the fish in stone weirs and spear them.
Doesn't sound weird to me. Great! So if they migrate from the sea to freshwater like salmon, do they also spawn like salmon?
Not quite, Amy. They do in fact spawn in fresh water, but their spawning season is from around October to February. And while they lay their eggs in redds, just like salmon do, they don't die immediately after spawning. And an interoperus, which means they return to lay their eggs a year after.
Great! So no yolking and croaking here.
No Milton and Tilton for these guys.
And speaking of food, what do these little guys enjoy munching on?
Well, again, it really depends on their location, but freshwater adults feed on smaller fish and bottom organisms, as well as snails and clams, while fish at sea also enjoy small fishes and other invertebrates.
And if you don't mind me asking, Ashley, what is the conservation status of these beauties?
Well, Amy, research on Arctic char has been going on since the 1970s, and they have recently added as an environmental sustainable choice for consumers. Some of the conservation efforts including instituting minimum gillnet mesh size, total harvest levels, and community-based monitoring. However, while management of these fisheries is complicated by the lack of harvesting data, the widespread distribution and biological complexity of Arctic char, current levels of exploitation are likely sustainable.
Woo! We certainly have learned a lot so far, haven't we, Ashley? How about wrapping it up with some fun facts?
We sure have, Amy. Did you know that Arctic char is the only freshwater fish found that far north in Canada?
I did not. Did you know that Arctic char is also sold under the names alpine char and Iwana?
No, that is so cool. How about that in winter, wild Arctic char gather close in small pockets of unfrozen fresh water?
Wow, how cool. Have you heard that in the 1930s, professional fishermen in Novoya Zemlya are believed to have caught char up to 1 meter in length and 16 kilograms in weight?
Whoa, so cool.
That's right, they are cool because they live in the Arctic.
Well, Amy, I think our Arctic char is just about done, which means we've reached the end of our episode. I hope you learned a lot today, and you have a lot of fun facts to tell your friends at parties, because who doesn't love a good fishy fact? So catch us next time, where we're going to teach you how to pluck a chicken. Until then, I've been Ashley.
And I've been Amy.
And remember to tell your friends.
I learned it at AA.